Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is our newest project, a 2008 Audi A6 4.2 Quattro. We picked this up through Copart, sight unseen in Phoenix. Picked it up last week after flying out with my son and decided to have a little father-son cross-country road trip. So we did drive this thing back to Atlanta from Phoenix, about 1,863 miles, I think, if I remember right. And was not without problems, to say the least. Minor problems: the headlights really don't work in the front, the parking lights and fog lights do, turn signals up front work, turn signals in the back don't work, brake lights in the back don't work except for the high mount, and half the running lights in the back don't work. Wiper blades totally shot, couldn't find anyone that has them in stock. The spare tire was shredded, and we basically had to drive home with no tools, nothing. But she made it. The big problem was a big drivability concern. But I had the check engine light, an EPC light, and a code for the driver's side high pressure fuel pump. We drove it around. It seemed pretty good, except for when you got into more than about 3/8 or half throttle, and it really started bucking and being not happy. Today, I want to get into it, kind of see what might be going on. I'm pretty sure we do just have the bad driver's side fuel pump. That's our main concern. I think what happened with the resetting of the light is that pump tried to turn back on, blew the fuse, and that set up a bunch of codes for the mass airflow sensor, primary O2 sensors, emissions, turned off the stability control, a whole myriad of problems. Let's go ahead, let's start this thing up. I can kind of show you what it's doing, and then we'll go through some diag. Yeah, so you can tell she's really not happy. Barely wants to run, falling all over itself. So why don't I go ahead, start our diagnosis. What I think was happening is basically that fuel pump tried to come back on after I cleared the codes and popped some fuses, caused all those other codes to come on, and that's why I can't idle. It doesn't know how much air is coming in through the MAF, doesn't have any readings for the O2 sensors, so it really just doesn't know what to do. Like I said, once you're up and moving, it's fine as long as you don't give it much throttle, because there's no there's not enough fuel in there to push her along. All right, so I got our hood open here. This car actually does have 3 fuse panels. There's one here under the hood, one on the side of the dashboard, and then one all the way back in the trunk. We're gonna start here under the hood. Generally, the fuses here are going to be more for engine management type stuff. So let's go ahead and just start right here. We do have a closeout panel we got to take off. Oh, that was on there good. It is dirty and nasty under here. And then this is going to be the fuse box here. I did actually already undo the screws just to save a little bit of time, but this pops up after you pull out those 3 screws. So with our fuse panel cover off, you can see there's an array of fuses here. But basically, we're just going to kind of go through and just do an initial check. Now, you can just pull these out, inspect them individually, but what I like to use is just a basic test light to start. It does actually take a little bit of time to pull all these out. We're going to use this spot as a ground. And then we're just looking, one, to see if there's power to the fuse, and if there's power on both sides. On the top of these fuses, there's a little metal piece that sticks out that you can touch. See, we've got power. We got power going in, power going out. In, out, in, out. This one's nothing either side, so it may not be energized with the key off or the engine not running. In and out, in, out, in, out, in. So these 215s and that 20, we didn't get any in or out on them, so let's just inspect them visually. And that one looks good. We could do a continuity test on the fuse itself, but pretty happy with how those looked. That one looks good as well. Oh, we have a wiener. That is definitely blown. This 20 amp should be a 15. So that kind of backs up my belief that we had some extra voltage draw and was popping the fuse. So we can throw a 15 in there real quick. All right, so we got a good 15 amp. You see it looks good. We'll stick her in there. I do like that they're all lined up. All right, let's go turn the key to on and see if it pops. If it doesn't pop, we'll try to start it and then see what happens. All right, we got our key on. Still nothing, but let's just check it, see if it popped. No, fuse is still good. All right, let's go ahead and start her up. I'm still not too happy. We'll try it one more time. And nope, we still got the same EPC light, the skid control light, no idle, check engine light. All right, let's go check that fuse again. All right, so we're back to that 15. Sure enough, it's popped. So that again kind of cements my feeling that we do actually have a bad high pressure pump. As this is actually the high pressure pump right here, and as that's trying to energize, it's popping that fuse. So someone was trying to nurse it along, putting a bigger fuse in there. Please don't do this, people. If the fuse blows, it means there's excessive draw. And if you just put a bigger fuse in there, maybe you'll be lucky. My guess is this person was lucky for a long time, but you can burn your car down. So please don't put bigger fuses in there. So it looks like we got a couple connectors. That one. There we go. That one. Got a couple fuel lines on the back. We'll stick some rags down there to help sop up any fuel. And then just a couple Torx. We can take that off. I went on eBay and I ordered a couple used pumps. Brand new, they're like $450 a piece. You can get aftermarket ones for about $100 a piece. I'd rather try a good used one. All right, I know it's kind of hard to see those lines. It's hard to get a camera set up in there, but they're both just on the back side. This is a mirrored pump on the driver's side. We got a 14 mil and a 17 mil line. We're going to use a line wrench. Don't use just a regular box wrench on this kind of stuff. You'll just round out the heads. I didn't end up actually taking the sensor off, getting it out of the way. I believe it's probably like a 23 mil. It's probably a 23 mil. I don't have a wrench big enough, so I just used my metric crescent wrench. Got that out of the way. I cracked both lines using the line wrench. Hardly any fuel came out. There's a little spritz right at the beginning, which of course got on my arm, so I'm gonna smell like gas for the rest of the day, so that's nice. Once you get the lines cracked, go ahead, just use a regular box wrench. Actually, I can just turn these by hand. I'm just gonna cover it just in case it does decide to spray. Now we can take these three bolts out. They're T30s. I always like to crack them all first before taking them all off. All right. And I see you're starting to pop up. Just want to go slow because there's some spring tension underneath. Probably just stuck a little in the bore. All right, that is out. Oh, thank you. I forgot to kind of lead into this, but this is the cam follower. Basically, this pump rides on the cam, and we want to make sure that this follower is not all messed up. You can see it looks really good, not flat spotted. inside of that. It's got a little polishing, but not bad at all. If this was damaged, flatted out, it probably means the intake cam is messed up as well. So actually I can see down in there. Right there in the center of the shiny oily thing, that is the camshaft lobe for this pump. So we're gonna go ahead and put this back in. You see this is notched, so we'll get it lined up with that. All right, cam follower is back in place. Those little cam followers, they're, I don't know, 250 bucks if you need one. So I'm really glad that's not damaged. And also, of course, the cam's not damaged, because then we're into doing a camshaft. And I don't kind of want to do that. So let me go grab the other pump and see if we get it in. All right, got the new to us fuel pump in place. Now this is under spring tension, and you're going into soft aluminum, so we want to go nice and slow. Make sure it goes down nice and even. So pull it down a little one by one and go around. You don't want to get this thing cockeyed. You don't want to pull the threads out of the valve cover. That would be bad. We're just gonna go with boot and tight. This is a German car after all. Connect the fuel line in the back. I like to start them by hand. All right, well, my camera decided to overheat, so we missed a little bit of the footage, but I got the new one on. We got both our lines connected here to the back of the fuel pump. I had actually switched this sensor over. The one that came just had a block off port in there, so this must just be off a different application. I don't remember what vehicle this actually came off of, but it's the right part number. So we got the high pressure fuel pump replaced, all torqualized down. Got our new 15 amp in there. So place your bets. Do you think that fixed it? I really hope so. All right, let's give her a whirl. Come on. Well, she's still a bit pissed off. Still a lot pissed off. We might have to clear the code. Well, that might have done it. I did clear the codes, and look, no engine light, no EPC light, no any light really. I mean, except for all the bulbs that are out. But let's just see if she moved. I mean, she moves, but oh, she's got some power. I've never been able to push it like that before. I mean, that wasn't much RPM. We're in my neighborhood, so I can't be stupid. Let's see what she'll do here. Oh, never did that before. Wow. We have power. EPC light did come on though. We'll have to scan it, see what codes came. The engine light's not on though. Alright, we got her back. We do have the EPC light that obviously it's not running, so the engine light's on, but the EPC light was on when we're running. See what codes might have come back. Audi, no codes found. Fuel pressure regulator performance, again, that's what we had before. Camshaft timing over advanced bank 2, that I think is the same. Yeah, B camshaft. That's not great. Good morning, everybody. It's been a couple days, actually probably a couple of weeks since I last filmed on the Audi. We were previously working on those high pressure fuel pumps. I replaced the driver's side. On camera, off camera, I replaced the passenger side because that started actually leaking out of the front of the pump. I don't know if I leaned on it, broke something, and started leaking or what, but we replaced them both. The car is driving fantastic. So why don't we just go ahead and take her out for a little drive. I'm gonna head out and get some breakfast. Also, I did go ahead and clean the interior. It came out actually really well. It was decent. It was just kind of a little grody everywhere. I still need to do the carpets. There was a spot over here that had some sticky goo. I don't really know what that was. But that's all cleared. Got a bunch of loose stuff still in the back. I gotta re-glue that seat back in place. But other than that, like I said, it cleaned up really well. Had to clear out the sunroof drains. Those are leaking and causing a puddle down here. So the car's really coming along. I don't know if I'm going to tackle these light switches. If I can find them really cheap, maybe I will. I mean, it does kind of make the interior. And got this sort of fixed. It's missing the trim, but I still got to glue her down. She's a little loose, but let's get a first start here. Yeah, it's been sitting, like I said, a couple weeks, so it's no lights on the dash. Revving real nice, you know. It's good to put it right in the ketchup when it first starts. So AC's still working, so let's go for a quick ride. There you can see I fixed most of the lights. All the tail lights, turn signals, brake lights, they're all working now. Let's get out here on the road. We're able to put down some decent power. We still have some front lights out. I think it's a headlight bulb. Well, here, we can check real quick. Yeah, the headlight on the left side needs to be replaced, and a daytime running light. The wiring to that's kind of crispy. I got to pull the headlights out, and to do that, you got to take the bumper off. So we'll do that in another video. I want to get in there and clean everything up. She's going pretty good now. I was never able to kind of give it that kind of throttle input before without it just falling on its face. So it's kind of nice to hear it going. So what's next for this thing? Well, like I mentioned, I gotta tackle those front lights. The rears, I ended up I just bought all new assemblies. It wasn't cheap. It was like $400 for the pair, but the circuit boards were all fried. They were all melted. There really wasn't any savings on it. And then from there, we got to tackle some of these oil leaks. It's I went underneath the other day, and it looks like the Exxon Valdez. I mean, it's just nasty. So I think next we're gonna probably pressure wash underneath so I can work on it without getting gross, and we'll clean the engine bay as well, because that was pretty dusty, dirty from all the Arizona dust from the desert, and then go from there. I think after that it's going to be time to let this car go. I really do enjoy it. I just don't have a need for it, and we can make some room for the next project. So I think I'm going to call that here, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out, helps us grow, and we will see you in the next one. I noticed after I shut the camera off that the MMI was staying on, and guess what? We've got a backup camera. No way. We still got to tackle the MMI issue. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. Well, it's working. Even the parking sensors are working. But now it doesn't shut off. I can't, you know, if I come down here to hit any of the buttons, some of them are kind of sticky and gross. We'll have to work on trying to clean that up. Oh, there we go, back to our main menu. So that's awesome. The car's fixing itself. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching. We will see you in the next one.